Greetings and welcome to episode 41 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod USA campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time, the battle for Memel, my friend, that is over for now. We've got these two forces here that tried to attack us. These were two full stack armies that tried to take Memel off us, tried to hit our port here, which we're using not only economically but also to replenish and repair the ships that were involved in that huge naval battle further down the coast when we first launched our invasion of Prussia. And now we have this army as well trying to strike at our production centres here, trying to take this factory off us and trying to use it as this sort of this hinge, to sort of be able to swing their armies around. Now, I've got that sneaky feeling that eventually we might see Russia joining in with Prussia to try and steamroll us away from here. So it's absolutely crucial we hold open this flank here. We cannot allow the Prussians to sort of meander through, because what they're using the Russian territory and Courland territory to strike down at us, knowing that we can't follow them into those two territories unless we want to declare war, which we are not equipped to do so just yet. And further down the coast we've landed an army in the west there, very near France. We've landed there, but also because of your wonderful advice as always, my friends, I'm going to bring those other two armies that are still in the US, I'm going to bring them over. That will then make an army group there really close to the French border, but giving us that muscle there we need to be able to move around, and hopefully that will start pulling units away, armies away from Königsberg to try and deal with that threat. If it doesn't, we can still cope. We've still got enough here. Remember, our strength has not dissipated at all here. We've still got a good core strength here. We're even producing more units here in Königsberg because we've landed at in a position where the Prussians already had a huge production facility here. We've merely taken that over, repaired it, and now we're ready to use it for our own ends. But before we do that, my friends, we have to remove this army here. As you can see, they've got an excellent complement of cavalry compared to our one. So this cavalry unit will not be going out to meet any of theirs. It simply cannot afford to do that. But look at the artillery we've got here. 5 batteries of 24 pounders, my friends. They can absolutely obliterate anything in their path. It is an absolute beautiful sight. It really is. We've got a huge complement of experienced, battle-hardened veterans here of many a front. Remember, these gentlemen have been in quite a substantial number of fights before they got to Europe. But my friends, enough of this. Let's get on with this fight here. Let's remove these Prussians from this position, opening up this eastern flank here to us so we can move down. Warsaw is the absolute target here for not only this episode but for future ones as well. We have to crack that Warsaw nut. We really do have to do it. Some may say I'm using too much here, maybe a sledgehammer to crack a nut, but I'd rather do that. I'd rather overpower the garrison there and bring that sort of defensive line out from Königsberg and move it away from the Russian border, just in case. You never ever know. But remember, we have to remove these Prussian forces that are sort of using Russia as a proxy to move into our territory. We simply cannot allow it anymore, especially if we are to dig in here and expand this bridgehead. Because it's what we need to do. We can't be sat here on our hands. It just won't do any good for us at all. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what we're doing here. Now let's have a look at the terrain. Look, ooh. Now that would be a beautiful position, but it's not really conducive to. Actually, we could lay out our troops along here. But what is the lay of the land? Sometimes the land can give you good and also very bad as well. Yeah, everything else is pretty flat. It doesn't really give. Look at the size of our deployment zone. It is absolutely huge. Probably one of the biggest deployment zones I've ever seen. It's gigantic. Mind you, so are the Prussians. We need to really use every single advantage we can. Mind you, this hill here is a beautiful setup. Look at that. That is a beautiful raise, but here is even better. Look at this. We could put our troops running thus. With the artillery here, this artillery, the absolute cornerstone of our defence here. But I think we're just going to test this out here. Oh my word, look at that, my friends. 5 batteries here, ready to... Oh, we're going to show these Prussians what... Because remember when Prussia invaded our lands, they didn't hold back. And at the time we were fighting not only the Prussians, we were fighting the British and also the Mughal Empire at the same time. And they gave us no consideration whatsoever. So look at how far we stretch back here. Not too bad into here. So normal cannonball will just clip the edge here, but that's not the point. They've got to come to us. So actually we're going to be set up pretty nicely for a solid defence. Now this is where their deployment zone ends and our overlaps it by quite a considerable margin, which means we are going to be able to shift units this way as well as this way. We are going to be under severe pressure. Yes, we can get the general in there, beautiful. And the demarcation line is quite close here, so we're not going to be able to push too many units this way. But that doesn't mean we are not going to be prepared. Now, I need a good strong unit here that has been... oh, look at that, the 72nd. They're going to step up to the plate here. And they're going to be at the very vanguard of our defence here. That is looking good here. We need that gap here. We don't want any of our artillery to be hitting our own men. Not that they will by here, to be honest with you. But I also want to give ourselves enough room to put troops either side. We'll probably get another regiment here. I'll probably put another 2 regiments. Oh, actually, the demarcation line is here as well. So we're going to come under quite a bit of pressure. And if I can just shift this over slightly to give ourselves more room on this flank here to fit 2 regiments in. Let's have the 68th here. Too close, way too close. Perfect, absolutely perfect. A little bit out of step there, but still. That's not going to do us any harm. We can actually fit another regiment here, which I am pleased about. I'm not going to put nearly a veteran, a green unit on here. I need a unit that's been in some 77th. There it is, my friends, 77th. They're going to be fit here, but they will be extended outwards here properly. This is going to be quite a tight defensive unit here, with the 71st next to the 72nd, their sister unit, and we can fit in another regiment here as well. Let's have a look. We've got the 72nd we've already done. 76th, indeed, here. Look at that. That's a good solid defensive formation here. Now, I might even have a small task force, but we're going to need reinforcements. We're going to be able to put another regiment here, but I'm not sure. No, we're not going to be able to fit any more regiments in unless I extend the field of... I really want to keep this nice and compact if possible. I wouldn't mind to put a strike force here, ambushing force. What do we have? 73rd, 30th regiments. Yeah, both are not green units here, but if we put them in the trees, if they can hide in the trees here. Oh, indeed. That's a beautiful sight. No, they're not hidden. But I wonder if we can hide them back here. Nah, they're hidden now. Now we're going to use these to our advantage here. Are they hidden? Indeed, look at that. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I've got no idea why I'm whispering, but I am. Oh, they're still hidden. Now, this is going to be an ambushing force here. Look at that. Oh my word, look at that. Down in there, look at this, waiting, because they think they're going to be up against Apple. We've got this ambushing force ready here, because they're going to have to move along here. We've got some good reserves here. Oh my god, we've got a lot of reserves. Now, the regiment of horse, I'm definitely going to keep back along one of the flanks. I think here. Just to be able to counteract anything coming our way. I wonder if, in fact, I could send out... So we're going to need reserves. We're going to have 3 regiments in reserve, as we always do. We are really packed in tight here, but I need to keep things nice and tight. Nice and compact. Gentlemen, please. Go. We don't want any mishaps. possibly squeeze out another one along here. That would be quite nice. So I should put these gentlemen here. We've got 2 regiments here. I might even send out a task force. Here, this regiment, these regiments here. Oh my gosh, look at this. We could absolutely ambush them all day long here. So we're going to set up a series of ambushes here if we can. We're going to play this quite close to our chests here. Now, are they too close to the... Let's begin. Oh, look at the fog, the haze, my friend. It's... Steady now, lads. Steady now. Steady now. Wait for the order. Cavalry here, look at that. Sat here beautifully. Gentlemen, please. We're just waiting. We're biding our time here now. Let's have a look. We... Look at this. Regiment of horse moving around. They've got not a clue, not an idea. We have to remain patient here. Let's speed things up a little bit here. Because they're going to take a while for themselves. Look at them. They've got quite a lot of artillery here, but none of it is deployed. Interesting indeed. Now, are they expecting us to attack them? It does look like they are. Then we'll oblige. We're going to do it our way. Come on now, gentlemen, move. Move it, lads, move. We're using this here to cover ourselves. If we can really strike into the flank of this cavalry here, it will do us an absolute world of good here. Up on the high ground here, firing down into the cavalry between these 2 wooded outcrops. Beautiful. Prepare ourselves. Move, gentlemen, move, move. Get up over that hill, get over that hill. That's silent and yet beautifully poised. Look at this, my friends. It's beautiful to see. Since when do we have a clock on the battles? Oh, look at that. Right, have we drawn them out now? Come on, bring your cavalry. Pick them to pieces one by one. If they sit there, I don't mind that one iota. I'm going to bring these gentlemen in. We're going to strike here. No, gentlemen, please. Kill. We're going to move in as close as we possibly can here. I'm going to use the wall here. We've got the high ground here, look at this. It's a butcher's yard. If we can use the minimum amount of forces here to destroy this army, then we'd have done our job thrice over. Let's kill them. In fact, I might even bring my cavalry out over here. Oh, look at that. What a beautiful sight. Are they now preparing to move in against us? Steady, lads. Ready. Ready now. It would appear we have some movement here. soon as this regiment is gone, we're going to move in. Cavalry moving in. Grenadiers, they're moving the grenadiers in, possibly to engage. Oh, that is a beautiful looking regiment. Look at that, I've got to be fair. No, they're just moving him into the line here. We can pick these apart here. If we can put them into this sort of... If we can catch them in this sort of crossfire. Come on now, lads. Get rid of that clock. I don't know why it keeps resetting these things. Get into square! Oh, look at that, they're ready to meet them. Right, now we move down. No, no, no. They're coming to meet us. Alright, let's hit them hard. They've smashed that square in. Winning slightly, they're being absolutely smashed to pieces here. Oh, look at that. This square has stayed strong. Square formations! Yes, we caught them beautifully there. We have effectively butchered this entire... Come on, kill them. Nope, we knew they were shattered. Yes. And shattered here as well, please, gentlemen. And here as well, thank you. Oh my word, we've absolutely butchered these fiends. They're shattered. Now we're going to rid ourselves of this last regiment of horse. Oh, they've done themselves proud here. Right, they're shattered. Now we can move out. Here they come. Right, let's take these gentlemen out of here. And we're going to move now. Try and take the crest of this hill here if possible. Right, we've got artillery firing on us now. We need now to start moving. Oh, they're killing their own men. I've got not a problem with that at all. Sorry about that, my friends, there. A little bit of a mistake on my part there with the old camera angle, but... Get out of there, don't get in the firing line. Fuck! Oh, it's an absolute massacre. Let's push it. Stay on hand steady now. Oh, getting hit hard here. We're gonna use the gentleman here. Try and flank them. So keep going, lads. Keep firing. Don't you dare waver. Ah! Looks like they're coming back. Time to deal with them. Oh, look at this. This is an absolute butcher's yard here. Fuck! Let's hunt down that general. Trying to hide in that outcrop of trees there, not a chance. Oh, look, I've already broken the grenadiers. We got the general. Oh, what the blazes is that? Ooh, expatriates. got the high ground here, gentlemen. Oh, they've had enough. They've broken. Will they come back? Who knows? But we're not going to give it the fight here. We absolutely butchered these here. They've come back. They found their courage. Gonna pull these back. Into the flank. Oh, they've had enough. It would appear we can probably kill this. That's it, lads. Fire! Fire, lads! We've got to get rid of this militia here. Oh, they've gone. I mean, they've completely routed. Look at the damage that just these units have done here by themselves without even being near the main line. Starting to wave it out. They've broken. Oh, let's get rid of these fiends here. It's a beautiful sight. Fire right into their faces, lads. Hold, hold. They've had enough. Get into them, lads. That's it. They're wavering. One final push will send them over the edge. Yeah, we're doing exactly... Oh my word, now we're starting to break. Now we're starting to break. Here they come. Stand to the very last, gentlemen. Here they come. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful sight. We have done a tremendous amount of damage here to the Prussians without even losing. We lost a lot of men, don't get me wrong, my friends. We've lost men, but not as nearly as much as I thought we would. Oh, they're shattered. Actually, let's get hand to hand with these. It's a beautiful sight. It is a beautiful sight. And soon these fall within our range. Right, let's speed things up a little bit here. Overrun. That gun battery's gone. Shattered. Wonderful, wonderful sight. Look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful sight, my friends, there. They've taken an absolute pounding here. We want them to fall within range of quicklime. Oh, quicklime, my friends. It's the absolute beautiful thing to watch. It's quicklime hitting your enemy. It really is. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that barrage. There's nothing left of them. Completely broken. Completely and utterly broken. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to charge ourselves into there, shatter them utterly. What a sight. That is a thing of absolute beauty to watch. Oh, 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 oh. Like a deck of cards. Broken. This is what you get. This is what you get when you come and you try and deal and take on the USA. This is what is dealt with you. And dealt to you. Look at that. What a fight, my friends. Under half an hour. Completely destroyed. Completely defeated. And that is what you face every time. Every time. And we lose. We lost 1,000 men. But they lost 18 and they got 325 men left. That's it. Look at that. What an absolute joy to see. See, look, they use it. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, this gives me indications that we're going to see some Russian involvement in this war. That's a lot of Prussian troops here, but we fear not the Prussian troops. Look at that, they're already brought back up to full health, to root health, but these did take quite a thrashing. Look at that, 21 men left, 11 men left there. But we're going to get these back up here. They fought with valour and with courage. So they've earned the right there. Yes, it's a fantastic gentleman. Look at that. And this gentleman as well. Yeah, all is being replenished because of these decided to attack us. But I've got a feeling they'll probably come for us again. We've got to clear this flank here. We have to clear it. That includes these here. Oh, they've got Bosniaks here, Lance Cavalry. Look at the charge bonus on them. 2 lots of 24 pounders. They've got a plethora here, but we are indeed Now these will land eventually, so we're going to land troops. We do need to pull troops. Now this navy here, yeah, let's send him back to the Americas here, just as a transport ship. Now, do we have any other fleets, navies, anything we can use here at all that's en route? We're blockading all of the Prussian trade lines here, so we're really hampering their economy in terms of that. And anything in here we can do. Infrastructure is good. We've got a lot being built and created here, which is good for us. We've got a good, strong infrastructure behind us here. I've just got a feeling we've got Russian involvement pretty soon. Russia, yeah, they're indifferent. Allies, Prussia, see. I don't know, I've got that feeling in my bones. They're indifferent, Courland, but would they accept trade? No, they don't like us either, which is fine. What we are going to do is we are going to send these two armies to the continent. We're going to use sloops, inexpensive and quick and efficient, and we are going to therefore have to build up, yeah, which we're already doing, more troops here. We're going to have to put another army group in here just in case the British do decide to do anything a little bit funny with us. You never know, my friends, just in case. Always be prepared. I'm looking to get Warsaw. Look at that, 29,000 the income there. That is staggering. I really want to get Königsberg, Warsaw, and possibly Galicia here as a defensive line, running here. Mind you, they didn't have Minsk behind us as well, which would be a bit of a problem. It's going to be quite a bevel in our lines there, but I do want to attack around here as well. And Britain is our firm ally here, so we're okay with Britain. But peace with France, and France do have a pretty strong holdings here. We've got to be careful to step on any toes here. Oh, look at that fleet there. That's a magnificent fleet. We also have another fleet here, which should be... Yeah, look at that. That's replenished. So in fact, that navy could be brought out. Actually, we'll leave that navy here, I think. Just in case, we've got coming in 38,000. Our income has dropped. Oh, look at that. Sweden's been hit. Austria's been hit. Russia's been hit. Our research has stalled. We've got everything we can possibly get here. Apart from a few of these, we need additional research here to do so. But we are getting there. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. And let's see what comes our way here. Oh, remember Spain? Whoa, look at that. Taking out Russia right on their doorstep. Ooh. Well, I'll be damned. They've taken Gibraltar. Wow, the British are going to be incredibly powerful here. Incredibly powerful. They're an ally, but one day they're going to be our foe, and that's going to be problematic for us because they're going to have a huge power base here. Now they control the Gibraltar Straits, which means they could control what can come in and out of there. That is going to prove rather risky for us eventually. Austria. France possibly coming to try and push away the British here. Oh, that's a big army coming from Paris there. Prussia. This is the critical moment now, my friends. Crucial to find out what's going on here. They're moving more forces in here. This might be an opportunity for us to strike here in the west. But look at the territory they got in within Russian here. They're so well protected. My God, that's a lot of troops. There it is. I absolutely knew it. But we're not gonna. I think we can auto-resolve this one with consummate ease, my friends. They're being battered into oblivion here. They're dead. Look at that. Another army falls upon the sword. And Memel. Another one. Gone. We're clearing this approach here. This flank is going to be cleared. I knew it. We lost additional men, but it was worth it in terms of what we gained from that. We cannot allow Prussia to move any more troops out. By damn, they're covering Warsaw pretty well here. They haven't been able to move in yet. I'm hoping if I can land additional... Whoa. They're going to try and move in here, but by damn, that'd be a big fight there. We'd be taking on the bulk of the Prussian forces here. That would be quite the fight there. No, I don't think we will. Oh my gosh. That's more in our favour. We could remove 2 armies from the order of battle here. And we'd also bring in the Marine Expeditionary Force. I don't want the Marine Expeditionary Force to be actually used until the last. Oh, what have we got coming in? Yeah, that's a very nice army here. It's a pity we haven't got 24 pounders in this army. I need to upgrade this here. But it is well equipped to deal with these here, but they've got 24 pounders. But we could deal a huge amount of damage here to the Prussians. We could remove effectively 2 full stack armies here from the order of battle. That would weaken them significantly. Mind you, we haven't got a brilliant army here either. These taking quite a beating here. What to do? They've got a lot of cavalry. These are quite weak. I think we'll take this fight. I think we'll definitely take this fight, my friends. But it's a fight we shall take next episode, my friends. I know that I've left you sort of on a knife edge here and what this, but this is really the fight we can take. We've got, what, 10, 11, nearly 11,000 men against, what, 6,000 nearly. So we've got this 2-to-1, the odds are 2-to-1 here in our favour. Now if we can defeat these, then we've removed 2 armies from the order of battle for the Prussians. So it's this army here and this army here. They would effectively throw these back. It would also give us a chance to replenish and repair. We would still have plenty of forces in position here to be able to move up. We can rest and recuperate these gentlemen who have fought off the fight. These armies that have moved into this flank here. Look at it, it's completely open. And if we can take out these, or at least severely damage these 2 armies, then that really does put us in a strong position to be able to hold here and possibly drag them once the other army comes across. I think that's what we'll do, my friends, but we're going to take this fight next episode, my friends, and it's going to be a huge fight. It'll probably be the whole episode will be taken up with this battle, my friends, next episode. So we really are going to be absolutely focusing entirely on this, and it's going to be an awesome, awesome battle. And it could be pivotal, absolutely pivotal in what happens here along this. We have to weaken the Prussians bit by bit. So if they're making moves like this, if they're throwing gambits like this into the fire, then believe me, I'm going to take every opportunity I can to weaken the Prussians wherever I can. Because if I can weaken them and destroy their armies, weaken their armies, it makes it easier later on. Because these armies here, these 2 armies at the back here, aren't being involved. Nor is this one here. Or actually, it could be this one. So it's probably, well, we've got 4 armies. So it's this army, this one, and this one here. So one, two, three, four. These two here at the back aren't going to be touched. These two will be replenished. So and we also got more troops coming out next episode. Actually, next episode we'll have more troops coming out of Königsberg. So we're drawing in the Prussians here. We're also going to land eventually an army group further west. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a fantastic one in terms of what we've been able to achieve here. We're slowly whittling down the Prussians here. And if you can see, we've completely cleared these approaches here to Russia and Courland, leaving us a huge gap here to be able to pounce through, hopefully take Warsaw eventually, once these two armies are fully replenished. And it's going to be quite a battle, my friends. We're going to have many, many of these battles. This campaign against Prussia is going to go on for a long, 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 long time. Because the sheer amount of forces both of us can put in, both nations can put in. We just got to be able to whittle them down here and be able to hold while we do that. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please comment, like and subscribe. As always, my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. Let me know what you think I should do. Should I take this fight next episode? I really want to. If you don't think I should. But I'm probably going to take this fight next episode. Actually, you know, pretty much 99.9% I'm going to take this fight because I want to try and do as much damage to the Prussians as I can while I got the opportunity. And while I also outgun them, at least 2 to 1 here. And then we're going to look at replenishing, pushing on to Warsaw, taking the fight to Warsaw, and, you know, starting to stretch out the Prussians here. We're going to land further west eventually as well with a full army group and pull their forces that way as well. So we're going to really start pushing the Prussians. But until we get to that point, we've got to hold strong here around Königsberg. We have to keep our sort of central strength husbanded around Königsberg. We really do, my friends. But believe me, once we break out, once the conditions are right, we're going to break out and we are going to cause hell for the Prussians like they did for us all those years ago. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you had a good start to your week. Hope you be safe whatever you're doing. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.